Many IELTS General Training candidates struggle to achieve Band 7+ in the listening test because they don't use the right strategies during the exam. But why do some IELTS candidates get Band 7+ while others don't? The answer is smart listening strategies. And this is what you'll learn in this video. I'll give you 10 essential tips you must know to score Band 7+. If you are going to take your IELTS General Training exam soon, check out my IELTS General materials. There I teach you everything you need to score high. I show you step by step how to give high-scoring answers, and of course, we do many practice tests together, so you will feel confident for your test. You can find the link in the description box. And now, let's dive in. Tip number 1 is essential for scoring Band 7+. Pay attention to distractors. IELTS General Listening includes distractors, that is, incorrect information mentioned before or after the correct answer. Speakers might mention multiple options, change their minds, or correct themselves, and you need to identify the final correct information. Recognizing distractors is crucial for Band 7+ because it tests your ability to follow the complete conversation and identify the most accurate information, not just the first thing you hear. In the following, you will listen to a recording and see a multiple choice question. When the recording ends, you have 5 seconds to think about which answer is correct, A, B, or C. Then you have 5 seconds to write the correct answer in the comments. Here's the question. Now listen to the audio.
Wow, I used to think swimming was best for beginners, and cycling is definitely popular these days. But honestly, I'd say running is probably the most accessible option for people just starting out.
Notice that here all 3 options are mentioned in the audio. When this occurs, the first option is often wrong. Make sure you wait until you hear the speaker's final decision or conclusion. Another common distractor is when a speaker gives his answer, then changes it. This is also referred to as self-correction. Listen to the following recording and answer the question. Again, after the recording, you have 5 seconds to think about the correct answer. Then write the correct answer in the comments.
The library closes at 6 p.m. on Saturdays. Oh wait, actually I'm wrong about that. It's 5:30 p.m.
As you can hear, the speaker mentions 2 different times. The incorrect time comes first, then the speaker corrects himself and mentions the correct time. The correct answer is 5:30 p.m., not 6 p.m. Tip number 2 is super important. Read the questions before the audio starts. You get time before each section to read the questions, so use it wisely. This preparation time allows you to predict what information you'll need to listen for and helps you stay focused during the recording. Reading ahead helps you understand the context and identify key information you need to catch. This is crucial for achieving Band 7+ because it prevents you from missing important details while you're still processing previous questions. For example, in part 1, you might see a question like this. What time does the swimming pool close on weekdays? If you read this question before the listening starts, you know to listen specifically for days of the week and closing times. You can even predict that the answer might be in 24-hour format or use words like evening or specific times. Next, listen for linking words. The speakers in the listening test often use linking words to connect ideas, show contrast, add information, or indicate sequence. Words like however, furthermore, on the other hand, or as a result signal important transitions and often introduce key information, Recognizing linking words is essential for higher bands because they help you follow the speaker's logic and predict when crucial information is about to be presented. For instance, when you hear however or but, you know that the speaker is about to contradict or modify previous information. Understanding linking words is crucial for answering the questions correctly. Next, listen to the recording and answer the question. As usual, after listening to the recording, you have 5 seconds to think about the correct answer. Then you have 5 seconds to write the correct answer in the comments.
We were thinking about having the meeting at 1 p.m. initially, but that seemed too early. We then decided to meet at 2 p.m. However, we've changed it to 3 p.m.
Here, all 3 times are mentioned, but the linking word, however, signals that the speaker is changing the previous information. The correct answer is C. Let's move on to tip number 4. Focus on keywords and synonyms. The IELTS General Listening test often uses paraphrasing, meaning the exact words in the questions won't always match what you hear in the audio. Instead, you'll hear synonyms or different ways of expressing the same idea. Understanding this concept is essential for Band 7 Plus performance because it tests your ability to recognize meaning rather than just match words. You need to listen for the meaning behind the words, not just the exact vocabulary from the question. For instance, if the question asks about accommodation, you might hear place to stay, housing, or somewhere to live in the recording. Similarly, the word inexpensive in the question could be cheap, affordable, or budget-friendly in the audio. By the way, if you want more videos for IELTS General Writing, click the like button and write yes in the comments. If you want something else, tell me your video wish in the comments, so I know what you would like to see on this channel. Now, let's have a look at 6 more tips that help you score high in IELTS General Writing. The next tip is check for spelling. Correct spelling is super important in the IELTS General Listening test because even a small mistake means a wrong answer. Therefore, you must ensure you spell the answers correctly. Paying attention to spelling can boost your band score significantly. Make sure you check common spelling errors like double letters in words such as accommodation or beginning, and make sure you've used the correct form of the word. In particular, there are 3 words that IELTS General candidates often don't spell correctly. In the following, I will say these 3 words, and you have to tell me how they are written. I will say each word twice. After that, you have 5 seconds to think about how the word is written. Then you have 5 seconds to write the word in the comments. Let's get started. How do you write this word? Wednesday. Wednesday. Let's continue with the next word. February. February. The third word is definitely. Definitely. Now, let's take a look at the correct answers. Wednesday is written with a D in the middle. That's often silent when we speak. A common mistake is leaving out this D. February is spelled with an R before the U. Many people miss this R when writing. Definitely is written with an I before the N. Don't spell it like defiantly, which is a completely different word. Also remember that capitalization is important in English spelling too. Proper nouns, such as names of people, cities, countries, and so on, must start with a capital letter. If you don't capitalize correctly, the answer is wrong. Tip number 6 is predict answers. When reading the question, try to predict what type of answer you need. Is it a number, a name, a place, or a specific category? This prediction helps you focus your listening and catch the right information quickly. Take a look at this question. How much does the gym membership cost per month? When you read this question, you can predict your listening for a price. So you know that you have to focus on prices mentioned in the audio. Tip number 7 is pay attention to the instructions. Each question specifies the maximum number of words allowed, such as no more than 2 words or 1 word only. If you exceed this limit, you get 0 marks, regardless of whether your information is correct. Strict adherence to word limits is crucial for Band 7+, because it shows you can follow instructions precisely while extracting the most relevant information. For example, if a question asks for no more than 3 words and you hear the new swimming pool facility, you should write swimming pool facility. If you write more words, the answer is wrong. Tip number 8 is understand the question types. The IELTS General Listening test uses specific question formats, multiple choice, matching questions, map labeling, and so on. Each type requires a different listening approach and answering strategy. Mastering question types is crucial for getting Band 7+, because it allows you to quickly adapt your listening focus and know exactly what format your answer should take. For example, in matching exercises, you need to listen for relationships between items. In diagram labeling, you focus on spatial descriptions and directional language like to the left of, opposite, or next to the entrance. Let's check out tip number 9. Stay calm when you miss an answer. If you miss an answer, don't panic or spend time worrying about it. The audio continues, so if you focus on missed questions, you may miss subsequent answers too. When you realize you've missed something, quickly move your attention to the next question. You can make an educated guess during the transfer time if needed. Finally, tip number 10 is don't leave any answers blank. There's no penalty for wrong answers in IELTS General Listening, so you should always write something, even if you're not completely sure. An educated guess gives you a chance to score marks, while a blank answer guarantees 0 points. This strategy is vital if you want to score Band 7 or higher. It ensures that you attempt every question and thus maximizes your potential score. If you missed an answer completely, look at surrounding questions for context clues or make a logical guess based on the question type. That's it! These are 10 top tips for achieving Band 7+ in the IELTS General Training Listening Test. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you are notified when the next video comes out. Also, share this video with your friends so they can improve their IELTS General Writing score too. See you in the next video!